Welcome back to the channel. Man United have just won 1-0 against Wolves, and quite simply it was pretty poor. It was a shocking performance. We should have played way better. I was expecting way more for the first game of the season, but at the end of the day, a win is a win, and we've got the win, so it's a good way to start the season with 3 points. But I've got some big talking points from the game. I've got some player ratings as well. But to start off with, quite simply, I don't think Mason Mount's going to work in this team. I know it's early days and obviously we can't jump to the gun straight away, but as of right now, of what I've seen today, Mason Mount was not covering Casemiro whatsoever, and Casemiro is going to get a lot of red cards this season if we're playing as poor as this. We really need to improve, and I thought we were just really lazy today. I don't understand why, like, first game of the season, Old Trafford, we were so good at the end of last season. We haven't lost at Old Trafford since the first game of last season. I know we haven't lost today, but I was expecting out of the cages straight away, pressing, high intensity, just taking the game away from them. But we just let them play their game. I know Gary O'Neill's a good manager, but we should not be playing off the park by a team who've made no signings. And what they lost, I'm pretty sure I saw a stat, they lost 15-1 in their last 6 games last season. And I know last season is last season, and obviously it's a new season this year. But at the end of the day, we cannot be playing off the park at Old Trafford. It's a joke. We weren't running enough. I thought certain players just looked really poor today. But I'll go into some positives. I thought Onana was great in goal. I thought he was good. I thought he was commanding, good throw, and he always wanted to throw it quickly, always wanted to kick it quickly. It's a shame that everyone else wasn't on the same wavelength. They were just so lazy, so lethargic, and it's going to have to improve next game against Spurs, because Spurs looked all right against Brentford, and they looked like they played with a higher energy and higher intensity, whereas we played with no intensity whatsoever. So Onana, I think, was a positive. Wan-Bissaka was great off the right again. His rise to the team has been so good recently. Ever since after the World Cup, he's been very good, and he looked great again today, taking the ball up the pitch. Obviously got the assist today, which was really good, but he's definitely improving. I thought our right hand side was better in the first half, but we kept going down the left, and it was really disappointing me, because I think in the first half, Antony was the one creating everything, but we were just playing more towards the left, and Garnacho just wasn't playing well enough. So I thought we need to utilise both wings better. But yeah, Wan-Bissaka was good. I thought Antony was great in the first half. I feel like people are going to disagree with me on this one, but I thought he was our best player in the first half. He was offering quite a lot. He was offering our best chances. He was running at the defence. He even cut inside and used his weak foot a few times as well, which we haven't really seen from him before. But and then also the last talking point, I thought Garnacho. Next positive. I thought Sancho was great off the bench. I thought he looked great when he came on. Great energy. He was just running after everything, running after the ball. I thought he was one of the reasons why we scored our goal. He was great. He was looking good for passes. So there was a corner that came in. Lindelof made a run. He played a great ball into him. It didn't go to anything, but it's a better pass. It's taking more risks. None of our players did that before. So yeah, I thought Sancho was great off the bench. I thought Eriksen was decent off the bench, but he didn't really have much to do, and he didn't really have much competition when considering how poor Mason Mount was. So yeah, those are my talking points. I think that's all I really have to say. It was a really poor performance, and we're going to have to do better from now on. But at the end of the day, 3 points are 3 points, and that's really all we can ask for. We're going to have to, against Spurs next week, we're going to have to improve. We're going to have to improve every other game. The way I looked at it, I mean, Wolves had so many chances today, and luckily they just can't finish. They've got no striker. They've made no signings, so hence, I thought Cunha was good, but they just can't finish. If we play against City or Liverpool, playing like that, we're going to lose by 7 or 8 again. It's going to happen. So it's going to have to improve, but I'm sure Ten Hag will bollock them, and we'll be better next game, because there's no way we can be that bad again. But I'll go into the player ratings. I've written them down here. So Onana, just for player ratings, for information for when I do this in the future, every single game. 6 is the average, and it's out of 10. And obviously, if you get lower than 6, you're below average. If you get higher than 6, I think you've had a good game. And then I'll give my man of the match as well. I do all the players, all the subs, and the manager. So in goal, Onana, I thought he had a good game, so I'm giving him a 7. I think he was above average. He did well. I was going to give him an 8, but at the end of the game, he should have. That was definitely a penalty. He should have given away a pen. So I've given him a 7. I still think it was above average because he did really well, commanded his box well, good throws, good kicks. He was always looking for the pass straight away. It's just a shame the players weren't on the same wavelength. And then right back, Wan-Bissaka, I've gone for an 8. I also think he's my man of the match as well. He was great, offering loads. I've already said this, but he was great down the wing, offering more. He got the assist, and that's all you can ask for, really. Our Wan-Bissaka is going to be an 8. Then Varane, I've gone for an 8 as well. It was between those two for man of the match because obviously Varane scored the goal. I thought Varane was great. His passing was good. He scored the goal, scored the winner, all you can ask for. And yeah, so Varane's an 8. Then Martinez, I've given a 5. I think he was below average. I didn't think he was very good. He put in a really bad tackle to get that yellow card to start off with. And then he couldn't put any more challenges after that because he was in danger of getting sent off. And that's why he had to get taken off at half time. So Martinez, below average, but I don't want to see anything on social media just chatting shit about him because I think he's been amazing the past year. It's just one bad game. I'm sure he'll improve. And then left back Shaw, I've gone for 6. I think it's just pretty average. I don't think he was decent. I don't think he was terrible. It's just average 6. Casemiro, I've gone for a 6. I think he was actually pretty poor, but I don't think it was really his fault. He's not really got much cover. I didn't see Mason Mount. I think I saw him track back once, something like that. For someone that's got, everyone's talking about all this high energy, he's running constantly. Yeah, he might be running forward, but in football you have to attack and defend. And he just wasn't running back, and Casemiro, there was too much space. All the Wolves attacks in the first half, there was just so much space because Casemiro was trying to win the ball back. There's no one covering him. Hence why we need to bring in Amrabat. I think that's the best thing to do. I'm not saying just throw money at it constantly. I just think we're going to need to focus on Mount staying a little bit back, or maybe Bruno staying a little bit back. And I think that's how we're going to have to play. Otherwise, it's not going to work this season. We're just going to get outplayed in the midfield every single time. Then Mount, yeah, I've gone for a 4 for him. I think he was terrible. I don't know. I don't want to start on a Mount agenda, but I don't see what he's offering. I didn't see running. I didn't see much. He didn't help defensively, so he's going to have a 4, and hopefully he can improve next game. But as of right now, I'm not impressed. I wasn't impressed with him in pre-season. So yeah, 4 for Mount. Then Bruno, I've gone for 6. I think he was average. I don't think he was playing some poor passes, but he was trying. He was putting in some good challenges as well. I thought it was just a bit average. I'm sure he'll have better games this season. So I've gone for a 6. Anthony, I've gone for a 6. It would have been a 7 after that first half, but I think he was just a bit poor in that second half. He offered a lot in the first half, but second half it just wasn't as much. So I've gone for an average 6. Garnacho, I don't know if I'm being too harsh on the kid, but I've gone for a 4. I just think he was terrible, but I'm not worried about it at all. He was just looked a bit rusty. It's fine. He'll improve game by game. He's a good player. He's got the right mentality. So Garnacho 4, but I'm sure he'll improve. Next game it'll be good. Rashford, I've gone for a 5. I've gone a little bit under average here. I mean, I don't think it's really his fault. I've said this time and time again. He's not a striker. We just need Højlund to come back. Martial probably isn't fit enough to play right now because he's always injured. Rashford up front, it just doesn't work. I saw him go onto the left a few times in the first half. There was a chance. Rashford played it into Shaw, and then Shaw played it across when Sarr made a pretty bad error. And then Garnacho made a foul to stop the attack. But Rashford was on the left at that point, and that created a chance. Rashford off the left is 100,000 times better than him up front. So we just need a striker. I wouldn't mind playing Sancho as a false 9, because I think that might work. Or just, if Martial's fit, play him. Not because I don't like Garnacho, I just think Rashford he's better on the left than he is up front. I don't think he's ever been a striker. He always plays better when he's on the left wing. So he's got to stay in that position. I know it's because obviously right now we've not got Højlund and Martial aren't fit, but if we want him to offer more, he's not going to be able to play off the left every single game. And then going into the subs, Lindelof, I've gone for an average 6. I don't think he offered too much, but I think he just did his job. It was good, nothing bad. Lindelof 6. Eriksen, also gone for a 6. Decent when he came on, nothing special, nothing really more to say. Then Sancho, I've gone for a 7. I thought he came on and offered. I thought he was really good. Energy, he was running constantly, he was winning the ball back, he was going for everything, and I like that from him. I thought he had a great pre-season as well, so I'm really looking forward to him this season. I'm hoping this is his redemption season, because his first 2 years at United have been pretty poor. So I hope this is his season to prove everyone wrong. Then Pellistri, I've gone for a 6. Didn't really do much, but he didn't really have much to do. So there was a moment when Wolves were attacking and he was tracking back really well and he stopped the attack. I was very proud of him for that. But yeah, Pellistri a 6. McTominay, I was going to say it was too little time to give him a rating, but he made a great block at the end. So I've given him a rating of 6 just because of that. And then finally, Ten Hag, it was just average today. 6. It's not like obviously he's playing, but subs may be a bit too late. That's all I can really criticise him on. But he played the right team, perfect team to start off with. So that's all I can really say. So yeah, those are my player ratings. I don't know if I've already said my man of the match, but Wan-Bissaka's my man of the match. Thought it was great. So he's my first man of the match this season. Maybe we'll do a tally of who gets the man of the matches over the season for me. I don't actually know who won man of the match on Sky. I think it was... I didn't actually see. I think they were too busy checking on that penalty, which should have been a pen for Wolves at the end. But yeah, Wan-Bissaka's my man of the match, and I hope he has more performances like that in the future. And I hope everyone else on the team is on the same wavelength. But anyway, thanks for watching this little review, guys. I'll do this after every match because it's fun, interesting, and it's always nice to hear my opinion as well. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.